So Halloween is come up. We're in the month of October. It's not happened yet, but we're in the month. And I thought I'd make a video about a movie that I consider a horror movie that most people wouldn't consider one. The original Planet of the Apes. Now, of course, this is the original movie. So this is the one from, I believe, does it say here? Sorry, I don't know the exact date, but the original Planet of the Apes. So we're not talking about the remake, the Burt remake. We're not talking about the new movies. We're not talking about any of its various sequels, its animated series, its live action TV show. It's made for TV movies. Were the ones that were also just recut of various Planet of the Apes movies, right? We're not talking about any of that. We're talking about the very first original Planet of the Apes. I am a big fan of the Twilight Zone. And this movie invokes many elements of the Twilight Zone. And the Twilight Zone is something that, yes, is horror. But the Twilight Zone is a type of horror, right, that is mess with your mind horror. Where you watch it and something really, really creepy and messed up happens. And you watch it and you're like, and it gives you a lot to contemplate and think about, and it scares you in the mind more than it does with actually showing you a scary thing on the screen, right? And that's what the Twilight Zone is. That's what its strengths are. It's incredibly well written. This is written by, the original Planet of the Apes is actually written by, the script anyways, was written by someone who worked on the Twilight Zone. I'm forgetting his name. But you get the point. People who worked on the Twilight Zone worked on this movie. So let me go over the plot, and I am going to talk spoilers about this movie. So if you've never seen the original Planet of the Apes, you should. It's a fantastic science fiction film, one of the best ever made. I have to discuss the ending on why I think it's a horror movie is fact that when you watch this movie, it's creepy. There's kind of this eerie vibe to it. You're watching something where you have these astronauts. They came from space. They crash land here. And they're here on Earth. They don't know they're on Earth. That's the ending of the movie. It's revealed that they're on Earth. But there's a highly intelligent group of apes. And they meet these apes, and they meet with a group of friendlier apes who have discovered that they are that they might be descended from humans. And their leader doesn't want them to know that, so they're trying to investigate this and kind of deal with that conflict. And a lot of other stuff happens. One of the scariest parts of the film is when our lead character loses his ability to speak, and so they keep poking him and torturing him and treating him like an animal. And this creates one of the best lines of the film. "Stop poking me, you damn ape," because he's poking him with the stick, and it's horrific. It scares me. Not in the sense like I'm screaming, "Ah!" or whatever, It's like, it gets in my mind, kind of creepy, horrific story. It's a weird, twisted version of our reality and kind of a scary version of what could be our future and kind of what that means. And when you watch it, it's interesting. It's fascinating. But it's also creepy and messed up. And the way the movie just ending with the fact that he realizes it is Earth. It's not a happy ending. Like, it's a horrific ending. A lot of horror movies have twist endings, so I kind of consider it one for that. But also just the vibe of the film. It feels like a tense thriller movie throughout most of the movie because of you don't know a lot about these apes, but you can tell there's just something off. Seeing people be treated like crap by creatures, be treated like animals, is just a horrific thought to begin with. And so that's why I consider this a horror movie. I get why some people may not, because it technically isn't. It's a science fiction movie, but there's also science fiction horror films, and this would be one of them. I consider it one. It invokes a lot of elements of horror. And even if you don't consider it that, it is a fantastic film. It's a great film. I highly recommend you check it out. There's not a lot of new movies coming out, and this is one of the ones that I think definitely is worth the check out.